the Chocolates!
Wait, there's a podcast?
Yes. Really?
Scouts, welcome back to another episode of the We Got the Chocolates podcast. I'm Leigh.
I'm Skin.
I'm Gode.
And that is Mickus over there.
Hello.
He is mid-yawn by the looks. How are you, Mickus?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Tired by any chance?
Sorry.
Are you tired? You were yawning, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but then I asked how you are and you said tired. Are you? Back to me. So I was quite confused. Sorry, continue.
And welcome to the podcast on the art of conversation and how we do it. It's brilliant. Mickus does film and chimes in when we need him. Hopefully less. You probably arrived by accident, but definitely stay for a laugh. We got the chocolates. That's a win. And actually, Gode, you did get the chocolates on the weekend, not in a playing capacity.
No.
But you played one game.
Yeah, I got a medal.
Did we tell everyone about that?
Yeah, I had to play on last Sunday. That was unfortunate for me, mainly. And the opposition bowler, I cut the six.
Yeah, so you famously played a lot of cricket back in the day. One game for Queensland included. And then you've since stopped playing for how many years, would you say?
This is year 2 out now. Yeah.
Properly. But then you gave up Red Bull ages ago.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, a while ago now. Yeah.
And now and then you played just white ball games, the shortest format of the game.
The shortest
for a while.
and quickest format, which seems to take up a lot more time than it needed to, but that's okay.
And then somehow you're still coaching. You just love it so much and roped into playing.
Yeah, well, let me put it this way. It wasn't by design, I'll be honest with you. We had 3 of our state bowlers ruled out on Saturday afternoon for a Sunday fixture, which is less than ideal, I'll be honest with you, because our state bowlers are quite good. And then, our second grade also needed to win to make finals. So I thought, the afternoon game, this would be perfect. Second grader will be able to play in the morning and then come and play for once in the afternoon. Beautiful. Our second grade were down at Rabina. We played up in Brisbane. And I thought, okay, that's fine. Hopefully their game finishes early. I'll still be able to make it up the highway in time. They went to the last ball.
Enter Gode.
Enter a Gode with no kit apart from a thigh pad, a box, no gloves, no spikes, no bat. Lost
all the essentials.
All the essentials. And I was just hoping I didn't have to bat. I batted 8.
You did have to bat. Anyway, but yeah, you more coaching role, and you guys won. I know you beat us by plenty. Like we could have probably batted 3 times actually, and you still would have beat us.
We nearly declared it in 2020. We went that well against you blokes. Yeah. It was the most stress-free semi-final into final performance I think you could probably have. I reckon from our boys.
Yeah, that was weird. Like all the games were quite close in the round games.
Yeah,
and then they were 2 of the easiest finals. Or easiest looking from the sideline.
It did help that you got back Mark Sticchetti and Meatballs.
Meatballs quite fast and quite well. Yep.
Yeah. I enjoyed facing him. That's good. That's why I missed it 5 in a row.
Yeah, it was good shadow batting.
You're half an hour later on, which is nothing unusual for you, to be honest with you.
Steck was just at the top of his run up like, why does this guy keep getting in the way of the stump? Just trying to have a net bowl here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I also got in trouble.
How did you go on the weekend, mate?
Yeah, I got a little email today saying we have been made aware of a Leigh Drennan sighting from the umpires, which I've been so good. I've been on my best behaviour. I wasn't even captaining, which is normally where I get angry.
No, I've never seen 2 grown men carry on like pork chops more than L. Drennan and M. Labushakni in a club fixture where we were chasing 100 and we were 1 for 70 and you still carry on like you've lost the World Cup. It was quite funny, actually.
Well, we were about to win. We were about to take 9
for a monumental comeback and only be finishing the 12th over.
We would have literally taken 9 wickets in a row, so that's why we had to make our point. But apparently the point wasn't that well made.
No. Apparently quarter cover's not out. But no, anyway, it was like a sort of a close-ish sort of bump ball scenario. And like it is what it is. Like you guys weren't winning at no point during that fixture. But L. Drennan and M. Labuschagne toys out of the proverbial cot, much to my enjoyment from the sideline, I'll be honest with you.
Gode yelled out like the next ball because Marnus threw the world's hardest throw.
For no reason.
Because he was angry, decision given not out, which was a debacle. There were 2 people that thought they were not out, that it was not out of everyone at the ground and watching on TV. And they were the 2 people whose opinion mattered the most, unfortunately. And so toys out of cot, Marnus rocketed this ball in. It was the hardest throw I've ever seen. And Gode, who's coaching, not playing, yelled out from the sideline, "Oh, the toys, where are they? They're out of the cot." at the top of his lugs. So
Not once have I ever been reported playing cricket.
Really?
Never. Not once. Not even like close either.
How? I've seen you take your shirt off on a cricket field, which you just can't do.
But that's not really dissent,
No.
though. That was more at batters playing and missing.
Yeah.
That's when he used to take his shirt off, which apparently is fine. I couldn't find anything in the laws / spirit of cricket around keeping your clothes on.
The closest I got to reported was because of Josh Dascombe, and he got reported, and I was at the tuck shop ordering a hot dog, and I got called onto the field by the umpires. I just want a fucking hot dog. Can you leave me alone, for God's sake? Yeah, so we both had to go to the tribunal for that. He carried on like an absolute pork chop, which is hardly surprising.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that was cricket on the weekend. Very good fun.
Great for me.
Go for you. Well done.
Yeah, it was good.
That's getting the chocolates. That is literally what it means. So great example.
Couple of beers.
Couple of beers. Excellent. Well, let's move on to joke of the week. Now, we do get plenty left for us at wegotthechocolates.com.au on the Choc line, which is where you can leave them with your own voice, or you can just write them in if that's more your sort of style. You prefer the written genre. Dave the Brit that knows jack shit, he does go through and choose them, and he's shortlisted lots. He's got plenty. He's always adding to that list. So we're always excited to see what he's got for us.
We missed him last week. That's
he wasn't here, but he still chose the joke. It was just a stinker. But he said he was looking to bounce back. So here it is.
Afternoon, Choccies. Felix from the UK here, and I've got a joke for you that I think Dave, the Brit that knows fuck all, may like. So there's a man and a woman alone in a lift. Man turns to the woman and says, excuse me, miss, can I smell your vagina? The woman obviously is mortally offended, turns to him and goes, no, you can't. Content with the answer, the man then goes, oh, well, must be your feet then.
Oh.
Now you do, Oneskin. Love you.
Crikey.
Oh, disc.
Like at some point or another, someone's going to have to take the job off him. I'll be honest, it's to the point where it's not even just like the jokes job. It's like sort of full-time employment job.
All right, so that one went well done. Yeah. Good. Take that with
Another good one, mate. No, that's good.
Take that with a gram of salt, as you would say, Skin.
Yep. Great, isn't it?
I think you said gram last week.
Did I?
No, it's all right.
No.
An elephant never forgets, Skin. Remember that.
Anyway, the written joke comes from Johnny. Johnny notes, Dave probably won't pick this because it isn't incredibly ropey or about sex, the dirty pervert. Somehow it has slipped through the cracks, and here we are. He says, I've opened 3 birthday cards today and I'm already up $150. Really like my job as a postman. See?
It wasn't ropey.
He's a thief.
He is, yeah. Just a common thief.
Yes. Understand, mate.
Yeah. It's good, though.
Yeah.
How would you know if they were a birthday card from just looking at the envelope on the outside? If you were a postman? Like, say, try to think about that a little bit more. Is there any giveaways?
I think people tend to do like some nice handwriting of the person's name on birthday cards, I reckon.
Or a wedding invitation.
That is true.
Yeah.
Could be a coloured envelope.
That
Coloured envelope. Yeah, that's true, actually.
You could just hold it up to the light and try to see through it.
True. You could do that with every card, though.
Yeah.
Envelope.
Yeah, and you probably would if you thought you'd get $150 in 3 cards.
That's true. And you know how sometimes for birthday cards, they've got those like real weird looking ones that not weird, but there's like a bit more to them where they're like, what's it called? Where you've got like something you can
like
feel
a puff
on the
printing
card.
or
Yeah,
something.
puff printing. Or like you open it and it's got something engaging or a little buzzer.
Is it as engaging as this is a fucking conversation?
Well, I'm just looking for the key giveaways in case you ever find yourself in that position.
Okay, well, if you're not enjoying that, Genghis, let me move you on, mate, with one of the great segues. I'm not sure if you saw this on the internet this week, but it's been all over my YouTube and Twitter and things of that nature. Mickus knows all about it, so I may have to lean on Mickus a little bit. It's
Well, make sure you keep your mouth close to the microphone, Skin.
And don't snore on him.
Wonderful. Thank you for interrupting. There's a mukbang creator, Nikocado Avocado.
Well, that's a made-up name, obviously.
Well, yeah,
I don't think it's sorry, that's his YouTube channel. I don't think that was on his birth certificate.
Yeah.
Anyways, so he's obviously posted mukbang content for a long time, which I don't really understand, but essentially he just sits there and eats ridiculous amounts of food.
Is that, sorry, Skin, is that what mukbang is?
I believe so.
Yep.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Mickus. expert in the field. So he just eats shit tons of food.
Mickus on this block.
And over the process, in the process of doing that, he's put on a bunch of weight, right? Which I guess people find entertaining. I don't really know why.
It's disturbing.
I don't get it. Anyways, so he's been doing that for years, right? He's ended up morbidly obese, obviously, and making YouTube content, eating just rogue amounts of food. And then, so there's this other decent sized YouTuber who's posted a video 3 days ago that says this Nico Cardo's last video is pretty much just depressing, right? It's quite a sad video. So that was 3 days ago. And then 2 days ago, this Nico Cardo avocado guy drops a video that just says that's just titled 2 Steps Ahead. And he just reveals that for the last 2 years, he's been posting pre-recorded content and secretly losing all the weight. And he's down I think it's 250 pounds or 113 kilos he's lost. And he just looks like a normal bloke.
Except for he's wearing a panda head.
Yeah.
Aside from that, yeah.
Yeah, I also didn't understand most of what he was saying. The way he was talking was very kind of cryptic.
Did you understand why he was wearing a panda head?
Nope.
Was it because everyone kind of knew it was him because he didn't do anything about his voice?
He also posted it on his channel.
Not exactly a disguise.
How the hell did they get this panda to talk?
Anyway, so the point being that first YouTube video having a massive go at him has aged in less than 24 hours has aged like milk, basically, which got us thinking of what other things have just aged poorly over the years, right?
Our milk in the office fridge ages really poorly all the time.
I reckon your fridge, I haven't been in there except to get beers out. I reckon your fridge would stink.
Well, there's 2 chickens and only one of them is edible.
And unfortunately, I grabbed some of the wrong one today.
And every single week, I do the exact same thing where I buy milk on Monday. I'm like, all right, I'm definitely going to manual flick this week. Manual flick, which obviously means make your own coffee.
Yeah, if you're an idiot if you don't know what that means.
If you're new to listening and you're like, oh, what are they talking about? It's pretty obvious, but manual flick means make your own coffee. And then by Thursday every week, we're like, or we could auto, which obviously means buying your own coffee.
Paying full price
from Flick. And Flick is the coffee place near us.
It's not called Flick, obviously.
It's not called Flick. It's called Cheeky Bean.
Yes. So it's a hilarious gag.
Yeah. So the following Monday, I come back in and our milk has aged very poorly again.
Anyways.
Things that have aged poorly, I think is what we're talking about.
Things that have aged poorly is where we were going. I wanted to start us off with 2010, Microsoft hold a funeral for the iPhone. After the release of the Windows Phone, they've literally got a black car there, and they're carrying a massive iPhone into the back of it, like it's a genuine funeral.
Do Windows have a phone?
I don't think they do it. I don't even know if they do anymore. No, that's kind of why it's funny. But yeah, they released one at the time and thought they'd killed the iPhone, and they were
certainly.
I think they gave it CPR.
Sort of missed the mark a little bit. Yeah.
Holy hell! All right, I've got one for you. Mine are movie related to start. In 1998, Marvel offered Sony the movie rights to almost all of their characters, including Iron Man, Thor, Black Panther, and Ant-Man, for just $25 million. Just $25 million. It's bargain. I could have bought it.
Pocket change.
Sony counter-offered with $7 million for just Spider-Man because they thought nobody gives a shit about any of the other Marvel characters. Not your best, Sony.
Oh, that's disappointing. There are a lot of tweets from this particular gentleman. This one's from 2016 from Donald Trump.
Oh, great.
Yeah, dear Clintons, you know it's deplorable being impeached. Since then, he's been impeached numerous times.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Yes.
There's some really funny TikToks going around at the moment. They're just saying they've got Donald Trump's on a shirt and lots of all these people. It says "Never Surrender" on the bottom of the shirt, and then the people are going up to them, interviewing them, saying "Never surrender." That photo is from when he surrendered.
Murica.
Well, I've actually also got a tweet from Donald Trump.
That's weird.
And this was from 2014. We need a president who isn't a laughing stock to the entire world. We need a truly great leader, a genius at strategy and winning. Respect. And that was Donald Trump in 2014.
Okay. Oh, okay. And do you reckon he was saying that he was?
I guess so. I mean, it's only 2 years later he started running.
Was it?
I think it was.
Oh, no, he's 76. I reckon he would have ran a little bit before he was 76.
Is he 76.
Oh, who fucking knows, mate?
How old is Donald Trump?
Are you right, Mitchell?
That really got me.
Very good. I really like that.
Crikey. Yeah, I quite like that as well.
Real quick one from, I don't even know, it's from a newspaper. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is predicted to topple over between 2010 and 2020.
It does look like it's on the way.
No, it could be any day. It's halfway there.
I've got it's in the Seattle Daily Times. It's a music review from 1974.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the four guys who make up the group whose names don't matter are putting money away for the near future, because Kiss won't be around long.
Oh, my.
We're around for a while.
Yes. People are still hugging as well.
Okay, I've got one more. It comes from Jackie. It's a tweet 8 hours ago. It says, "I swear Santa is in my house because there's hella noise downstairs. Help yourself to the fridge and please fix up a sandwich." Then 3 hours ago, so 5 hours later, she posts 4 photos and says, "Yo, my house was robbed."
Wasn't even Christmas Eve.
It was fucking February.
All right, well, it's a big week this week because we are running the Sydney Marathon this weekend. If you're listening, on Thursday, we've probably just arrived in Sydney. If you're listening in the future, we've probably run it, hopefully finished it. Probably done it really quickly. But yeah, Sydney, we've run 2 marathons before. I'm sure you're probably aware. I think they wrote a few articles around it and stuff around like how are these guys so quick, et cetera, et cetera.
Must have missed those ones.
Yeah, both at the Gold Coast. So this is our first interstate marathon trip, which is exciting. Things are looking good. Mickus, Skin and I had a little run, probably our last longish run, I would say, before the big weekend, this weekend coming.
Also your first longest run. So.
Yes. And that's how tapering works, I think you'll find, Skin. You sort of don't run from the last marathon you did and then one long run the week before and then taper again.
It's residual fitness. That's what it is. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's sort of what I've been doing, which is nice. And we are, the reason that we're able to go to the Sydney Marathon is because Whoop are sending us, which is fantastic. I think the reason that they're also sending us is because they find it hilarious to watch our training program for it. And by training program, I mean how we train, which is not really in a program, I wouldn't say. It's sort of fairly sporadic, but it's interesting to just look at a different thing. We've looked at strain, we've looked at sleep. This week, we focused on recovery. Now, the recovery score in the Whoop app, it gives you an indication of how ready you are to take on the day. So today, I'm at 43%.
Nice.
What the fuck did you do yesterday?
Ran. I just said that.
We did our long run yesterday. Ran 18 Ks, mate.
You fucking drove longer than you ran to get down there.
That's true. We did run down the Gold Coast. Yeah.
Then we also drank beers afterwards, which I don't imagine would help you at what.
No.
That's fair.
actually-
No, it's absolutely ridiculous if you don't, I'll be honest with you.
I think there's that, and then there's what Mickus did, which was taking it to the extreme.
Sorry, Mr. 75 hard over here.
I think he had a rostered day off.
Yeah.
So
He's had a rostered fortnight off while I look at it.
Because I'm still doing it.
You started today, didn't you?
Yeah, tomorrow.
No, Mickus enjoyed his long run. He probably fractionally too much. I mean, I think you'll find it's just that you're what you struggle with, I think, is just your hand is a little bit heavy when you pick up Savvy B bottles.
Mate, it sucks. It's so bad. I genuinely had about 15 wines or beers, wines and
Spirits, yeah. It was
honestly,
basically
it's just
sponsored
all
by
of the things, like all of them.
I don't see any problem with any of that.
No.
Well, so because we're doing a marathon in a few days.
Yeah, but think about how much fun you had and how much fun you
Mate, I wasn't having fun last night when I was throwing up everywhere. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
We have done some things this week to try it. So 43% today for me. My average is 58% in the recovery this week. But the day where it peaked was nice because we got to go and try at TH7, which is like a recovery joint, I guess. I'm not sure that's how they describe themselves. But
advertise it a little bit better than that.
Yeah. But we went and tried the hot and cold baths, like the contrast therapy, which was nice. The sauna and steam room. And then that boosted my recovery back up to 76% the next day. So I was happy with that. But I think the recovery is also somewhat quite connected to your sleep, which I have established that I suck at massively.
I don't know why. It should be quite easy. You just got to lie there. And then
it never works for me. I've tried the lie there technique. I need something different.
Easy. No pillow. Put the pillow over your face.
What? Suffocation. That's
Oh,
I should try it.
And sleep nude, obviously. You're not an idiot.
Now, in terms of recovery scores, Skin, actually, the time where mine has been at the lowest was on your Bucks party when we were dressed up as Albert Einstein. We woke up the next morning and I looked at mine and it was red, 2%.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
I wonder what happens if you hit 0%.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's I've never been able to, I've always been higher than that, which is quite nice because that was probably the worst I've felt ever, I would suggest. We also had to go and snorkel at Julian Rocks the next day on 2%. So that was tough. But then I was whinging about that. But you said someone tweeted today that like someone won a US Open or something on not 2%. But
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the founder of Whoop tweeted that the oh crikey, my pronunciation's going to hum, but Arena Sabalenka, won the US Open today on 24% recovery, which is in the red.
Nice.
Like she's well in the red and just out there winning the US Open. So I mean,
why was her recovery so bad?
Probably because she actually did it fucking tennis today before. I would have thought something hard.
Probably been working fairly hard the last few days, I would think, and that was that.
Hopefully tried a bit of contrast therapy, surely.
I reckon she's all over it.
Between rounds, she flew to TH7 and Brisbane.
You know how we walk in there and feel wildly out of place because we're not professional athletes? I don't think she gets that.
It is true, actually. And it's quite. I'll tell you what was very funny to watch. If you want some enjoyment, I'll try and film it at some stage for you. Watching Dave the Brit, who knows jack shit, who did live in quite a cold place, being England. Him going into a cold pool is like outrageous. Like I've never seen more carry on in my life.
Yeah, right. So. What about Marnus Labuschagne?
Mate,
he's so good. He can't get a sentence out. He literally just crumbles under pressure. It's like he starts a sentence and then just like I don't know what that noise is he makes. It's just
and then we've got Mickus who just ignores the protocol. They'll be like, okay, can you guys go cold, hot, cold, and just finish on cold because that's how you get the best recovery. Mickus just like accidentally falls in the hot one to finish.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's totally fine.
Anyway, and then you also can do like there's the journal where you sort of track like what things have an impact on your recovery. So like mine, for example, I've been tracking when I've had alcohol and it'll be like, -9 for that.
So mine's the exact same. Alcohol, -9% on recovery. So yeah, I imagine, Mickus, if yours is anything similar, you'll be struggling today.
Yeah.
And sleep performance, 67% sleep performance is the best thing for my recovery. And I rarely hit that. So that's great.
I reckon the screen time in bed's killing me at the moment.
Yeah, that is a killer. It's a shame. Anyway, so you can also jump into our Whoop group. We've got We Got the Chocolates group. It's now got, it's got some people in it now. It's great. It's a little chat in there. We don't usually use that much, but we definitely look at strain, recovery, and it's the other one, sleep. The one that I don't do. And we look at the leaderboards every week. Now, this week, the Whoop weekly winner from our group was Isaac Eckerman. With 84% recovery average for the week.
That's an heck of an effort.
Nice.
Good. Just beat me on 43% average recovery, and probably you guys as well, I would assume.
Yeah, I think I was operating around the 57 mark.
Yeah. But Isaac Eckerman, he will be getting a little Whoop weekly prize.
Nice.
If you would like to get a free Whoop 4.0 and 1 month free when you join, you can visit the link joinwhoop.com/ I believe, the Chocs, or if you already have a Whoop band, the code for our group is in the episode description and show notes. So get on board there.
Boys, our Lions won on the weekend.
Yes, that did.
I know. I was pumped.
Yeah, I was very pumped. Also nervous. I get quite nervous about the Lions.
I must admit, I was nervous. I know we're going to get into a second when they were up 60 blot. And I thought if there's any team, just the way that they're going at the moment, that might squander this one, maybe with some poor set shot activity, it might be able to have a Brisbane Lions.
That is fair.
They got home.
They did, yeah.
GWS next week.
Yeah, that's. Well, we're down in Sydney. We may as well go. I'll talk about this later. I'm nervous about going because of some of the reactions I saw from Carlton fans in front of us. When Mickus and I managed to go somehow. I don't know how you managed to do that, Mickus. Can you tell us? Are you able to fill us in, or is that a secret source?
No, it's not. No, I just had a friend that did a post on Instagram saying, anyone get me tickets? And I just commented being like, yeah, we'll get us one too while you're there. And he called me half an hour later being like, hey, I've got 4 tickets. I was like, to the sold out game. He's like, yep. Okay.
That really is secret sauce.
It was
It was
unbelievable.
pretty secret. I was quite rattled because I was locked in for
On the
horizontal position on the couch.
Oh,
And then Rochelle wasn't home. and then Mickus called me and said like, hey, you want to come to the game? And I sort of said the same thing, like, well, it's sold out. And he was like, oh, I get that. But I got a ticket. It's got a weird
What if the
conversation.
tickets sold out to us?
Yeah. Anyway, so we were also sitting there watching like exactly as you said. Normally we wouldn't talk about just like one particular game from football on the weekend, but obviously we do love
It's a
the Brisbane
final.
Lions and it's a final and they've just had a history of, I think it gave us a chuckle because we were like, how is it that they're 60-0 up and we still don't feel good?
Well, I think the thing is, it's not even like they were 60, like just 60 points up. It was 60 blot. Like,
Yeah.
They
Like,
hadn't
not
troubled,
one scoring shot.
Yeah, hadn't troubled the scorers in nearly a half of football, and we were still nervous.
I think it was genuinely 57 minutes that it took them to score.
57 minutes.
57 minutes.
That is a long time.
Yeah, exactly. It was a lot of watching to watch that. It was a lot of watching to watch them score.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
We also did see a family in front of us that had flown up from Melbourne. So full 6 of them.
Yeah, right.
6, I reckon. Like
Yeah, I
4
think so.
kids, both parents Mickus. And
No, he wasn't.
I didn't fly up. I flew him down. And just like watching every goal that Brisbane kicked and it just become like more and more obvious that like what in the hell is going on here.
Yeah.
They were some of the flattest people I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't know that I can like handle if we're down in Sydney for that marathon going to watch Brisbane in an elimination final against GWS and then having to run a marathon the next day, which is already crippling. And then having my heart broken as well. I don't know if I can do that.
I'll throw this at you. I might be wrong, but I think Carlton supporters are more passionate than GWS supporters, though. So maybe it won't be as bad as you think.
That's true. I'm more worried about me
He's
supporting.
more worried about the Lions supporters.
Oh, what do you? I think we'll win.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
What gives you that impression?
Just a gut feel.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm happy
I
to go
just
there.
feel as though we're not going to kick 10 goals 18 again this year.
Okay. Well, it's funny that you say that because, see, they've done it like 10 times.
Yeah, I understand that. But like, you know, if you go to the casino, rule out like black's not going to keep coming up, you know. So
It's a great justification.
Yeah.
All right. I'm happy to go watch it then. But yeah, there was a particularly like a time where in that game, and again, we're not big on our recaps of particular games, but while we were watching this game, they've kicked 10 goals, right? They're out, well, 8 goals or whatever it was. They're out 60 to blot. Then Carlton come storming back, kick 4 goals in a row. Then Brisbane had a shot from the top of the goal square. Logan Morris kicked it into the post. Then there was another shot for Zach Bailey from 1 metre out, hit his thigh, rolled over for a behind in the space of 30 seconds.
that's just unlucky.
And Mickus and I were like sitting there. I think we filmed a video about it because it was genuinely like we were just sitting there like, what is happening? What's it? How is this happening again? It can't be. It can't be. It's a dream, a bad dream.
There was even a period of like back end of the third quarter, even early in the fourth quarter, where I think Kyle Loam had a set shot on goal, didn't make the distance. And then it sort of rebounded out to Hugh McGluggage just outside the 50. He's had a shot on goal and then kicked it out in the full. I thought, oh my God, it's happening. It's actually happening. But ye of little faith.
No, but we never doubted them,
No.
as we said. So we were always very confident.
Yes, of course.
Also, Kyle Lohman would be quite good at limbo skin if you were ever wondering.
Thanks.
Yeah. You've got a really good golf handicap as well, you know. So you quite often goes low, man.
Okay, that's good. He would have been a really good tackler in NRL too, skin.
Yeah. Never got suspended for head highs.
Gotcha. Very nice.
Quick, do a quick one because we've done golf.
No, that's all right. I'm happy with.
You've
the
actually got
ones
something
you've
else for us, don't you?
done. I do. Yeah. So Carlton kicked their first goal. What did you say? 57 minutes. I wrote down it was 24 minutes 7 seconds into the second quarter, which is a long time.
It's a long
So that's quite late. They were 0 up until that point, which got me wondering what's sort of the longest anyone's ever gone. And okay, Michael.
2 minutes.
That's in your house.
NA, not applicable.
Sorry.
Because okay, longest anyone's ever gone without scoring a goal in an AFL game. And turns out back in like the very, very early days when it was still the VFL, and I think there was like 3 teams in the comp and some of them sucked, teams didn't score that much. They got beaten by lots pretty regularly. I found 12 games as late as 1953 where they just didn't kick a goal at all.
Wow.
Which is, yeah, pretty bad day out, really, to kick 0 goals.
Well, we played in one of those games today, this year. Not today. Remember, me and Skid filled in for Gippy with 200 to 0, wasn't it? Oh, no, we kicked 2 behinds.
Couple behinds.
Yeah. I kicked one of those behinds.
Did you?
Go on.
Yeah.
Was the other one rushed?
I think mine was rushed.
Touched.
Anyway, so that was a tough day out. And obviously a few other teams have been involved in similar things. But more recently, since it became the AFL, I think the longest I could find was Brisbane Lions. On the receiving end in 2018 versus Richmond, kicked their first goal 26 minutes, 54 seconds into the third quarter.
Wow.
That is a late start.
That is. But they probably ran them down, I assume. 2018, they were very good.
Yeah, Miracle on Grass was in 2018, wasn't it? Against Richmond.
Yeah, I think they won the wooden spoon in 2018.
So Richmond run 3 comps in 4 years around there too.
Now, we are finishing with a game, but you need a bit of context for this one because it is a game with a pretty classic game of trivia, but with a spin. Not that big of a spin, maybe just like one revolution, almost a turn, in fact.
So it's like you bowling.
Yeah, exactly. But last week's Skin, you made a mistake when explaining static electricity. None of us know what it was. We wouldn't have a clue, but apparently you did. Do you want to own up and confess to that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I realised pretty much immediately. Someone called me out on the YouTube comments. I think I said, try to explain it as like a force between positive and negatively charged objects would have been a fine word, I think. Instead, I said positively and negatively charged electrons. When electrons are by definition,
are they negatively charged?
Only negatively charged. No, it's no such thing as a positively charged electron. Yeah, so that was just incredibly.
I remember we almost pulled him up on that.
Yeah. I actually texted you that night.
Yeah,
that fucking idiot.
We were saying to each other, it's like something doesn't sit well with us about this whole electron thing.
So I'll ring you tomorrow about this, but there's a massive issue with last night's episode.
So anyway, I'm glad we've got that sorted. Well done, Skid. So we are doing trivia tonight, which is a pretty stock standard. But on this occasion, there are questions from a mixture of our university degrees.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Right. Now, just to let you know, I studied secondary education, and that was English, well, PE and English were my majors, but I'm unsure if that will have relevance. Gode did exercise physiology. I hope that's what I wrote down. Is that right?
No, that's true. I'm not overly confident. I'm not going to lie to you.
But you did study that.
Yeah, I understand that. That doesn't mean I did it well.
I'm in a similar boat.
Yes, and we all know Skin actually did do physics, although I've often said it was chemistry. So it could be either of those two that come up.
Oh, wonderful. That's good.
Is there any relevance between the two?
Physics and
They're both
physiology.
They're both a science, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's relevant. Excellent. Now, Mickus actually did, bit of backstory about Mickus. He did a lot of study. The problem being that the longest he stuck in one particular course was 12 days.
That's staggering. I'll be honest with you. That's so shocking.
Wait, what? I didn't know. You started degrees?
Yeah. He did 8 days of a teaching degree, didn't you?
No, I got 8 days from starting the teaching degree.
Okay.
before I quit.
Right. That is the best time to quit.
Yeah.
So for that reason, Mickus being the least tertiary qualified, I think that's fair to say without offending you, is it? Yeah. No, not knowledgeable. Just you didn't get through as much study as what we
Probably
did.
quite fair to say.
Yeah. So you are going to be games master or quiz master this week, which does mean that he has chosen all the questions himself. I have not been there to vet them. We've also had Dave the Brit that knows jack shit look over them, but also remembering that he does struggle with dyslexia. That is maybe some issue. So this could be anything, this game, but Mickus is very confident with what he's done.
Yes. All right. So I think, well, you're pushing buttons, so I didn't know. Cool.
I've just got correct and incorrect.
Wonderful. Well, I'll do that as well just because I'm quiz master, so that's fine. So what I'm thinking as well is I do have like multiple choice on a few of them, but
nice.
if you want to if you do know the answer, you can buzz in before that. But anyway.
Beautiful.
All right.
Well done, Mickus.
Yeah, no. Well, maybe say that. Save that until the end. Blood counts for what percentage of the total body weight?
Good Gundy. I hope that that's a multiple choice.
It is. But so no one wants to buzz in? Great. All right.
Is anyone buzzing?
I'll have a correct. 27.
Well, that's your guess. A, 10, B, 5, C, 8, D, 4.
I'd like to lock in C8.
10.
You can have another guess.
Oh.
No, actually you can't. Okay. Lee was right. Yes.
Oh, really?
C8.
Wow, look at you go.
And that's just because that's what you studied.
I remember they asked me that. I think it was in my third year.
Yeah.
I mean, I still use it at work nowadays, you know.
All right. Skin, this is right up your alley. So chemistry.
Great.
True or false? Lightning is 3 times hotter than the sun.
Nice. Good question.
Great question.
Great question.
Thanks.
You definitely learned that at uni, Skin.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Why not? I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell. I want to say false.
I'm going to say false as well.
I think that's false.
Yeah, well, you're all idiots because it's true.
Wow.
Lightning's hotter than the sun.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
3 times hotter.
Yeah.
That's real hot.
Yes.
No wonder when people get struck by lightning, it doesn't do many favours for them.
Where is the vestibular apparatus located?
That's in your inner ear.
Again, it was multiple choice, but we don't need to do it.
Is that right?
That's well done. Ding, ding for you.
Maybe I should go back to uni and lecture or something like that.
I would not have known the inner ear thing.
So what, like your balance and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So like you would have had some issues with your vestibular apparatus on Saturday night after too many Denzels.
Yeah, that's why you can never have a balanced lifestyle because you've got issues with your venous upper. What was
Vestibular.
it? Vestibular.
Yeah. All right, last question. I think Leigh's ahead here.
No, I think Gode is, to be honest.
Surely.
What do you think, Dave? You've clocked off.
We'll go to the tiebreaker anyway.
Yeah, we just may as well.
What does Skin. All right, so what does a manometer measure?
Nanometer.
This isn't good. Manometer.
Mano with an M.
Yeah. Oh, I hope it was an M. I might have just typed that in wrong, to be honest.
That was invented by Nelly Furtado. Because she's a man-eater. She's a man-eater.
Was that her that sung that? Yeah. Okay, great song. I don't think that was
She's
just
just a
Furtado.
promiscuous girl.
Yeah. And I'm like a bird as well.
Yeah. Who's that? Yeah. What was
No one, no, nothing.
Have you got multiple choice?
No.
What is
A
it?
manometer. Never heard
Well,
of
it's
it.
obviously smaller than a nanometer, is it not?
I don't reckon it's got anything to do
Honestly,
with that.
the answer doesn't even make sense to me, so I was really hoping you were going to understand. Well, maybe you can explain what the answer is.
Yeah, that's how good quizzes work, I think. Participants explain to the quiz master. Excuse me, mate. I don't know the answer to this one. You're asking the question. No, but I still don't. So can you tell me?
Have you got it?
Does anyone want to have a guess?
No, we don't
My
know.
best guess is you've mistyped nano.
All right, well, what's
And
nanometer?
it's
Because
like
we'll
a
see.
billionth of a meter.
No, it's the pressure of a closed system.
Oh. Okay.
What system?
A closed one.
Sandy
Closed
system.
one. Yeah, sure.
But that,
room or
again, that,
The solar system. Interesting.
I don't really know what that means.
I think you've done a great job, Mickus. I have no idea who's the winner. Right, now because we've done a few stats, we've done a few tweets in that sort of things that have aged poorly, we're doing a Get Recc'd to finish.
Nice.
We don't have a Get Recc'd jingle. We got heaps of ideas from the Choccies, actually. You did send quite a few in, and then we've read them and listened, but we just haven't done it. It can happen.
He's busy. I've never seen 3 busier blokes and Disc as well.
Mate, he is busy.
He's probably the busiest out of all of us.
Correct. Look at him, he's done. Good night for the night. Right. So Get Recc'd. Anyone got one?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I've got one.
Go, Gode.
The Regatta Hotel has jumped up into my top 3 favourite pubs in Brisbane.
If you're in Brisbane.
If you're in Brisbane.
Wow.
Yeah. I was there Sunday. Yeah, it's jumped in there with the Woods Bar in Mitchelton and also patio at
Furniture.
at the back of my house. Yeah, patio by Range. Yeah,
Nice.
the top 3 bars in Brisbane. It's not even close.
Well, we went to Custard on the weekend at Talladega and Night. So what is it? What's the place called? What is it?
Talabudra.
Talabudra. Yeah. We went there for blunch, which is similar to brunch, but a little bit later.
Even closer to lunch.
So it's just an early lunch.
Yeah, well, I'd say blunch.
Yeah. It's funny you say custard because that's what you guys dished up on Friday night. That's for sure.
Yeah, so that's a good joint. That's so they're very
What do they
food
sell at
related.
custard? What do they sell at custard?
Oh, just whatever you want, really. Like, as in more than custard. I don't even know if they did sell custard.
No,
so that was
they
pretty-
don't. No, they don't sell custard.
But it was like great. I had fish and chips.
Yeah, you literally just had lunch after we spoke about blunch for ages. You just had fish and chips.
Lunch doesn't exist. There you go.
I think we were talking about different names for brunch for so long that it ended up just becoming lunch by the time we ordered.
Yeah, because we wasted time talking about blunch. By the time we got to lunch.
Just didn't think you'd do that.
Anyway, that's good if you're ever in, where'd you say it was?
Talladega Nights.
What is Talladega Nights? Is that where Ricky
Will
Bobby?
Ferrell.
Is Ricky Bobby from?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the movie where he's like, I wake up in the morning and I piss
Piss
excellence?
Another get Rex. Go watch that movie this week.
Yeah, good movie. It's also where he says, like, if you ain't first, you're last, and then he meets his dad that apparently told him that was his saying, and he's like, that makes no sense. Hell, you could even be fifth. Anyway, there I get Rex. So go out. Oh, also one from Dave the Brit that knows jack shit is to listen to Bo Burnham. Inside is the album. He's been telling us that for 2 weeks. We haven't done it yet, but he reckons it's very good. I like Bo Burnham, but I just haven't got around to listening.
Yeah, I really enjoyed his old stuff. Haven't gotten to the Netflix. Is it a Netflix special?
Who the fuck's Bo Burnham?
Like a comedic musician.
Yeah. That was well described, Skin.
Thanks.
Yeah, right. Like Tim Minchin style.
Similar
right.
styles. Yeah. Not as Australian because he's not Australian.
Okay. Thanks for that, mate.
So now you should know.
Oh, I know exactly who it is. He's one of my best mates called Mickus.
That is Mickus' goat.
He's one of my good mates. Met him once.
He's one of my good mates. Never spoken to him, but I followed him on Instagram and then he unfollowed me.
Follows went down my one. Weird.
What have you got? You've got
No, say
something.
something.
Go.
No, I've got nothing.
Oh, cool.
That's me.
Your hands did that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about
Rightio.
I've got no idea what he's doing.
that. Wait. What?
Did he go to say something? Is that what you thought?
Yeah, I thought so. We said something with his hands.
I was literally looking at the wall on the other side of the room. I didn't even.
Yeah, I've got to be quiet with your hands, Mickus.
Busy fingers.
Yeah. Skin.
Skin, you can't say
That is
that.
actually disgusting.
You're a pig.
I
Alright.
did not say a thing.
Anyway, that's another Week at the Chocolates podcast complete. Your homework this week is to follow on Spotify. If you haven't left a rating too, we'd love that. But the follow is the big one, I think. I was looking today at some stats and I feel like out of all the listens, I think only like 28% have pressed follow. So if you're unsure if that's you,
Really?
just go and double check that you've got the little follow pressed because it makes a big difference to how we're seen on the charts.
Doing half a job, our listeners. Like your batters on Friday night.
Half is generous.
200 wicket.
We definitely appreciate you getting in touch with us as well at We Got the Chocolates wherever you are on social media. You will find us there. Remember to get out and have a chinwag with a few of your mates this week. If you're doing that, you're absolutely getting the chocolates. We'll speak to you again this time next week. And as always, good luck in the future. And that's Stumps. Love you.
I love you.